Hello and welcome to episode 7, season 7 of Rebuilding Deportivo. As always, thanks for joining me. I massively appreciate it. You're a legend. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, comment down below. Subscribe if you're new, become a patron, watch an advert, all the usual things I say that help my channel, because I know you love it and I love you for doing it. Anyway, season 7. Is this going to be a good year? You'll know so far, if you've stuck with the series episode by episode, that I've took this club a long way, but I'm doing it on a shoestring budget, looking for freebies and loans, and I think we did quite well 2 years ago. Last year, to me, it was massively disappointing. It was still smarts, kind of took a backward step. Didn't get in the Champions League, which was gutting, really. But this is a new season. We're in a brand new stadium, which is fantastic. Big stadium. But again, it was going to be the same old. But could we have a little bit of luck this year? Could my young team finally grow into something? Let's find out. So, of course, last season was massively disappointing. We finished 5th, which is still respectable. But after the season before, where we finished 3rd, I think, it was a drop back. It was a step back. We're not in the Champions League this year. Now, I did think that it was a semi-finalist of the Copa del Rey, got you into the Super Copa, which we won last year. It's not. I got that wrong. You got to finish in the top 4 in the league, which we didn't. So we won't be defending our Super Copa title. No, it'll be Atletico Madrid, Valencia, Real Madrid and Barcelona competing in that. So, you know, a few less games maybe. We're in the Europa League, which is a great competition, something we could definitely do well in. But like I said, I'm always fighting. I'm always pissing in the wind with this club. It can be fun and frustrating at the same time. I'll try and go through the old squad in this one. I didn't do it in the last one. It was a time issue because I thought there was a chance I had to play 2 live comms and I had to. So you have to cut things out. So we'll go through the entire squad and have a catch up on all our players and the new players. Some notable players all to leave is Hiroki. Did a great job for me. I signed him on a free. We've sold him for a couple of million to Getafe. After years on loan and turning us down and coming back on loan, I finally signed him. Kind of grew up past him by then though. We've sold him for about 2.5 million to them. The goalkeeper's gone. Got a decent amount of money from him. He had a load of offers in, to be fair, and he's chosen to go to a decent club in Italy. And then I had like a floating midfielder. I think I showed him you at least 2 years ago. He was never the best player. I signed him on a free. Got a good few million for him as well, and that's what I need to do, try and just get rid of some of this dead wood. So we've got Gotti still as a backup goalkeeper. Good young keeper. He's only 19. He's got decent potential, but he is a backup. Good handler, good reflexer, if they're even words. Goalkeeper wise though, I couldn't get in a real top goalkeeper. I cannot afford one, but one came up on the loan market at Liverpool. Greg Crowley, 21-year-old Irishman who looks amazing. Look at his reflexes, look at his handling, look at his one-on-one. At right back, we've loaned in David Maniero again. Still a wonder kid. We're still awesome. Helping him out on the right is Mr. Selic, who is more of a centre-half. Has played centre-half for me. He also has played at right back for me. But again, just a handy player, man. Good little player. At left back, a similar thing. A great centre-half, but he's going to be helping out there. It's Noel. One of ours. Probably one of the guys I've signed on a free. Absolute bargain. And loaned in again is Mr. Domingo Balagier from Villarreal. A couple of them loans. Don't know if you ever noticed, if you looked at the finer details, it's great in Spain. You can get a lot of these guys for 2 years. I've done that with these kind of players who I know are going to be good. At centre half, we've got Colombo. He is our player going into his 2nd season now as our player. I was unhappy because I think he used to, when he was on loan, he used to play. Now he's a bit more of a squad player. So yeah, he'd like to leave, but he's not. Signed on a free last year from Bayern Munich. He's a squad centre-half, probably my 4th choice, but he's only 20. Could improve. Got some decent ability. We've got Rob Bowker, who I've loaned again. 21-year-old Englishman. Is a very, very good centre-half with tons of freaking upside. So, yeah, Liverpool don't want him, but we do. Then I found this kid, and this is one of the best signings I think I've ever made on Deportivo. I've picked up a load of kids on a free. He wasn't free, but he had a minimum fee release clause of just over 20 million. So a lot of the money I had, I finally signed a player, and I think I've used it wisely. In the middle, we've got Mark Cortez, who we had on loan last year, and this year came up for sale, and I've bought him. Next to now, I think he was a former wonder kid. He's not anymore. His star potential's gone down, but he's a great midfielder. Helping him out again this year and into his 2nd year. Was it 3rd year now? It's Garcia, who loaned again from Real Madrid. Signed on a free, it's Stuart Dragovon. Sounds like he's from Game of Thrones. Again, he was free. He's 19. He's a German. He's got great ability in lots of different areas, especially as a little battler of a midfielder. Now, signed a couple of years ago from Rennes. It's Stanislas. God, they're all out of Game of Thrones, this lot. I loaned him out last year to those boys in Spain. He had a decent season. My scouts love him. I think he looks decent as well. And I've got two good midfielders, Garcia and Cortez. But I think I've got two good young backups now with good bit of potential. Another player that's been with us now a couple of years, another little cheeky pickup of mine, and a player that I think's developing into a fantastic player. I call him Moses. He's 21 years old. And don't forget Pablo Torre, great pickup a few years ago, developed into a great player. He's been here ages, 180 games he's played for me, scored a load of goals, great little player through the middle, and he's still only 23. On the left, we've still got Diogo. Another free pickup of mine. Loads of potential. He's a wonder kid. He's unhappy. He wanted to leave for bigger things. Wind your neck in. This kid's one of our own. Finally had a decent player come through. Is it last year? I know he's only 16. He's not a wonder kid, but he's got loads of potential. I want him in that first team squad. Might give him a game or two. We'll see. But to help out, I've still got Hugo Gonzalez, another great player I've had for a very long time. You can cover on both wings. On the right, I've still got Jason Munier, free pickup last year from a team in Belgium. 20 years old. I love players that are wonder kids that are free. They're my favourite. He wants a bit more game time. Hopefully this year he'll get it. Signed this year for 65k. He's a bit of a floater midfielder, but he's got a lot of potential. He's a wonder kid. Signed him from Victoria Paizen. Is that how you pronounce him? Up top, Stuart Garcia. Bangs him goals in. He's on the favourite list to be top goal scorer. He has been the last couple of years, really grown into a good player. Played for his country now a couple of times too. Arp still here as a backup. He wants to play more. He never really does. He's not really turned to. I've seen him become a worldie. Not on this database. He's not. Probably his last season. Even though I might not carry on, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know why, but Man City used to loan me players, and I've never not played any of their players. They've always been good players for me, and then I've signed a few on a free, and that's the only reason why. The only reason I can think of is why they fell out with me. There's a couple of cracking players out there available on loan from Man City, and they won't do it because of the bad blood between the two clubs. When did we fall out? I don't remember us ever falling out. So this might have peed him off a bit more, because Matt Cumming is a decent little player. I think he looks really good. He's a striker who can cover out on the wings. I've signed him on a free. His contract ended. I've signed him. He's only worth 1.6 million. So that's the squad, and we've got tons of footy to play. Europa League, which was super excited to get stuck into. Couldn't wait for that. I think this team's good, and I know we were let down last year, but we've got a lot of good young players. The squad's really young now. I've got no old leads like Tony Cruz or anything. They're all young. The older guys are all like 23. That's what I feel like, and they're going to grow and get better, hopefully. And I think I've added some good quality to it, but you never know. Copa del Rey would be great to win that, but I think it's really, really tough. And the league, obviously, we need to get back in that top four. There's been a bit of a managerial merry-go-round, which is always quite interesting, so that could change things up. Bookies have got us around 8th, but I reckon we're better than that. I reckon we are top 4, but it is a good, tough little league. A lot of money gets spent. But I'm excited, man. I couldn't wait to start. Don't forget, we're playing in a brand spanking new stadium named after the manager. I'm guessing, I think he did. I think he won. Did he win them the league? The one and only La Liga title. So you can see why he's a legend. He's got a new sponsorship deal on it, which is a good amount of money for us. So, you know, all the facilities are maxed. Everything's state of the art now. The one thing I did decide to do is really go at the staff again. Go through it. I've got my little pad over here and my pen. Make sure if I could find a coach that was better than the coach I had, and I could get rid of that coach at a reasonable price, I did that. I mean, that annoys me that with sports science in max, but you know, you can't have everything in this world. I've tried, but I felt like I covered all my bases. My tactics were set, my set pieces were set, my captains were set, my training was set, my mentor groups were set, my squad was set. We're set. Pre-season wasn't too bad. We had training camp in Holland, so we played Twente, PSV and Ajax. I thought I'd give myself a good challenge. PSV beat us. You know, these are the kind of level of teams I'm going to be playing in the Europa League. And then we flew out to the States, played New York City, went over to LA, and then back to Atlanta, played in that amazing stadium. On to the 1st of January, and Copa del Rey. Played one game against a team, I'll be honest with you, I have never heard of. I went for it actually, and I was massively disappointed with this result. We did it, but 1-0. Over to the Europa League, and I mean, when I saw the group and I saw Tottenham, I thought, fair enough, Tottenham are a good team, big club. The other two teams, I'm thinking, who the fucking hell are they? Who are they? No idea. I didn't think I'd win 6 out of 6, but we did. So I click on that and look at them. Look at the results on 4-1, 5-0, 5-1, 7-0, 4-0 against Spurs. Scored 8 goals against Spurs, and they still qualified. And then 6-0. Wow, we were on fire. But this is the group stage. Things don't get real till you get out the group stage. But wow, this is a lot of fun to play. I cannot lie. Now, because we are awesome with Deportivo, look at AC Milan there. That's with Colombo up top. Back-to-back titles. We've been bumped straight into the second round. So the first, we don't know who we're going to play. It's going to be someone, either already in the second round, I'm guessing, or is it one of these? I don't know how it works. There's some big clubs there, isn't there? Celtic, Lazio, Tottenham there for some reason, Ajax, Wolfsburg, Chelsea, Monaco. I mean, this is still a great competition. I was gutted last year, but sometimes you got faith for them young sides, haven't you? And I could see a lot of growth in a lot of my players. And a lot of the guys who are in loan are having second years, some are third year. And it just came together. And at this point, it's the 1st of January. We're not too far off Barcelona. It's Barcelona. But Real Madrid are down in 6th. I mean, Atletico Madrid in 7th. There's the game so far in the league. And, we had a tough start. We beat Atletico Madrid. We beat Sevilla. The derby, we won that. We beat Barcelona. Go down to Real Madrid. I beat them 5-2. What the hell? Munier, by the way, he moaned last year. This year, I think he really has kicked on the right wing. The one game I lost was that one. You can't explain this game. Beat Lugo 6-0. I mean, we look like a good little team. And this is title challenging form. I mean, we're banging in them goals way more than Real Madrid, just not as many as Barcelona. Defensively, we could be a little bit better, but I think I've got a great defence. My number one defence, I know our goalkeeper's on loan, but he's a great goalkeeper. We're all right financially. I don't feel like it's dropping too much. I mean, we're still in debt. They still don't want to give me any to spend. I mean, I really had to stretch it and wiggle it to get anywhere near close to getting up to 20 million earlier in the season, but we did. So yeah, you can still do it. I think you've got to have a bit of patience. Last year it was a kick in the balls, but stuck with it. You still find that, I mean, it is all about scouting, I suppose. Just keep looking and looking, and like now in January, even though I don't know if I'm doing another season, I'll still look for players who are coming up in 6 months. We have a look at the squad. You'll see Mr. Garcia himself, superstar striker, 24 goals in 22 games. He really has grown into a little superstar. Jason Munier, a great player. Obviously, didn't play too much last year, but he's played a lot more this year, and he's happy now, which is great. I've signed a couple of guys have signed new contracts as well. Noel, great player again. Pablo Torre, another good season from him. The guys on loan are doing well. Crowley, if I could sign him, but we will never probably ever have. I mean, he's worth 10. It depends what their goalkeeper situation is, doesn't it? I mean, they'd want more than 10. You'd be looking at bloody 40, 50 million or something silly. So things are great here. Deportivo or La Coruna. And I'm very, very happy. We've got loads and loads to play for. We're still everything, aren't we? Can we actually do something special? We jump back in at mid-April and we're still second. We've secured a Europa League spot. I think a title challenge is way out of our distance here, but we've still got that great cushion on Sevilla, and I think top 2 would be fantastic. Highest ever finish. Winning the Liga, probably a couple of seasons away. If we can keep this team together and add to it, maybe. I don't know. I'm still very proud of that. Very proud of it. In the Europa League, I drew Benfica in the second round and we got beat 2-0, even though I think we were the better team. One of them games, I suppose, you can't really explain. So I needed to get hard in the training, in the build-up to the next game, give them a good ass kicking, get them focused. Damn right they did the job. Only just we beat them 2-0, taking it to penalties. We bagged all ours. They missed a couple, but we were again by far the better team, and probably should have put it to bed really and not gone to penalties and not nearly given me a heart attack because I freaking hate penalties. And what a little European adventure this was turning out to be. Away at Wolfsburg, 4-4 again. We were by far the better team, but look at when the goals were scored. I mean, what a game, what a live com that would have made, but wow, really, really enjoyable and also not enjoyable at the same time. But then this happened in the return leg. Can't explain it. We won 10-4 in aggregate. We kept on scoring, they stopped. They scored all their goals early in the first leg, and then we kept on scoring, and then kept on scoring. 6-0. So we're into the semi-finals. No AC Milan this year. They're not going to go, and they're not going to do the treble of Europa Leagues. But you got Arsenal, Lazio and Monaco, and we're going to be facing Monaco. It was on to the Copa del Rey, and I took that very first game serious, but then for Europe, and when I saw how well we were doing in the league, I had to make a decision. So I started to rest players and give other guys a game when I could. Again, it was a B team against LIG. I had no idea. But what a game this was. So the fourth round, again, I gave guys a game, and again, they didn't let me down. We just about did it. Very close game. And they nearly come back towards the end, but they didn't, and we won 2-1. And then again, another team, decent-ish team, but I took the gamble, and it paid off, man. Fifth round, we threw 3-0. And it was on to our third successive Copa del Rey semi-final. 2 years ago, Atletico Madrid knocked us out. Last year, I think it was Real Madrid who knocked us out over 2 legs. This year, we've got Villarreal. Good team. And what a game. I mean, I've had a lot of games go either way. A few more my way, I suppose. Then the second leg, finally, after 3 years of trying, we did it 2-1 in the next game. Won 6-4 in aggregate. Garcia, I love Garcia. Standout player by far. And we've finally done it. Luckily, normally I'm either filming early in the morning, late at night. I've got to get it done. I've got to squeeze everything in. Or in between my splits at work, I'm off at the minute, which means I've got the day to chill. So we're going to do the live com now against Atletico Madrid, and then I can just play this at my pace. If we get knocked out of Europe, we do. We'll see what happens in the semis. If we get to a final, we'll try and squeeze in another live com. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Have you seen where we're playing? We're at our place at the brand new stadium. Got no corners filled in. But we are doing it. I think we're going up from a 42 to a 48. So one of them bad boys will get filled in, won't it? And we kick off. Hopefully this home advantage is something like Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay can't get it out. Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. We'll see. I mean, they've got a lot to come at us with because we've had the upper hand over the last few games, but we can do well against these. And yeah, I was really surprised though that we built this big stadium and none of the corners were filled in, but I think that just shows you it's got scope to expand. Hopefully, like I said, we're sticking in a ton of new seats, so that'll fill out a corner. Here's Garcia. Now we have mentioned this in a couple of videos now. If you are a fan of the rebuilds, they will be starting back. I've switched my schedule because of what I want to do, what I fancy playing, and what motivates me. And I do like the rebuilds, but I feel like I've done a ton now. So I'm going to restart the rebuilds with that Eastern European team I want to do. Or the South American, I'm like this, where to go. I might put it out there in like a straw poll on something to see if you want me to go and do one in South America or Eastern Europe first. I'm not going to tell you the teams, but I think both will be great rebuilds. But I'm going to start them when the Tame Valley series ends, maybe in a month. Because I want to start my journey, man, which I love. The Road to Anywhere. Series 3. I've done it 2 years running now. It'll be a lot of fun. It's like a rebuild, so each episode's a season. Right, come on, boys, come on. Let's get a goal before the end of the hour. I've got 5 minutes left. Can we do it? Come on. Oh my god. Jason Munier. He's having a season, the best season ever. What a goal to put us in the lead at our brand new stadium in the cup final against one of the best teams of the country. God, this is just like yin and yang. It's like the complete opposite of last year. Right, kicking off the second half. I love that pitch, and all when it's checkered. Looks amazing, doesn't it? That's probably why I've got a big pitch. We're doing well. The boys are coming of age. And I know they're not all my players, I know that, but you can still have success with loanees. I just think a lot of these freebies with the potential have really just stepped it up this year and grown, really. It's a nice thing to see for all the hard work. You know, you're putting years and years and years into a game, and you're clicking away and you're clicking away, and you see that progression. It's been a while. Normally a lot of the way I do things, my teams always go on this curve, an upwards curve. It's been a while, and it's probably a bit of a wake-up call, really, since I feel like I've gone like that and then gone back a bit. Do you know what I mean? But I think I needed it because I was just way more focused in the summer with what I was doing, maybe, and trying to make sure all the T's and the I's have been crossed and all that stuff. Penalty referee, penalty. Come on, let's do this. Let's do it. Garcia, the best player ever. He's fluffed it. Oh, he's fluffed it. Right, I've had to make a change. Noel's come on. Mr. Bagliglier took a knock. Don't let them get back into it now. We could have been 2-0 up and coasting to freaking cup final victory town. But we're not. But, oh, this could turn around for us. Here's Garcia. Nice little charge forward. No one can stop him. They're all trying to break his legs. Oh, I thought he was going to make up for it. I mean, 1-0. It's the knife edge, innit? It can go either way. Don't want that momentum to swing their way. If they get a goal and they take that momentum there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. No more wheels needs to fall off for us. Yeah. Come on, Cortez. Come on, come on. Go on, charge forward. He's found Garcia. Can everyone else catch him up? He's going to try and take everyone on and shoot again. Come on, Bauker, long loan. These long guys, if we could sign these and have them all as my players, I think we would grow into a La Liga winning side. Here's Munier again. Bit of a dive. Oh, 47th goal of the season. Made up for his penalty loss. Got to be game over. Got to be. Right, I've changed the mentality. We've gone cautious. I very rarely do that, but I just feel it's the best thing to do because I think we are the better team. Let's just shut up shop and let that time run out. Let that time run out. Yay! Well happy with this. I think this cup is one of the toughest to win, but we've been great throughout. And to be fair, the B team pretty much carried us all the way to the semi-finals. The first game they put out an A team, and they only just about did that. The B team gave me some thrilling matches, and every player in the squad deserves this trophy because every player's got us to it. So let's just jump straight into the Europa League. And the first leg I lost 2-0 to Monaco. Massively disappointed with this. So close to a final, but it ain't over. But we couldn't do it. We won 1-0. We had so many opportunities to get back into it. It's frustrating because we're so close to the European final. Would have made a great freaking live comp to have another final. End of the season, we finished second, which is fantastic. Miles away from Barcelona, but beating Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Villarreal, Valencia. I mean, the teams go on. I'm very proud what we achieved. Dropped a couple of points. I lost the last game of the season, but I didn't really care about that because we were set in stone. Would he ever win a La Liga? I'm not sure. I am very proud to win a Copa del Rey, to get close to the European final and to finish second. I think that is a fantastic rebuild. So let's have a look at who won everything else. And Barcelona beat Real Madrid in the Supercopa. Real Sociedad flew the flag for Spain in the Europa Conference. Good on them. Monaco went on to lose the Europa League to Lazio in extra time. So we'd have faced Lazio, who were a good team, and they're beatable though. If you ever watched Martin Valley series, you'll know what I mean. And then Barcelona let the side down, getting beat by Dortmund in the Champions League final. Good old black and yellow playing a standard 4-4-2. Bellingham on the left wing. Well, that's the end of season 7, episode 7. But is it the end of the series? Part of me really wants to carry on. I feel like I could do something. Maybe. Do we go for the league next year? Do we try and win a European title? Is it really worth it? I think it's a great way to end. I think I've achieved so much in 7 years. Can't believe that's 7 years already. I think I'll see how you guys comment. If I get a ton of comments, maybe I will. If I don't know. I want to, but then I don't want to because I'm so excited to start my journey, man. And it's all a time thing, even though I'm off work. But if it is the end, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, supported rebuilding Deportivo from start to finish. You're a bunch of legends. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, do all the good stuff. Make sure you go and catch up on Team Valley and keep your eyes out. There might be a season 8. There definitely will be an episode 1, year 1 of the Road to Anywhere. Well excited for that. So anyway, stay happy, stay safe. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really happy with what I've achieved here. It's been fun. And I will miss it if it has ended. But anyway, I love you long time. I'm Bood. Bye-bye.